And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the AFC South Roundtable. We're all going to try to come back from going 0-4 last week with some upcoming matchups. This upcoming week, we got a bunch of games for you guys. 4 different games we're going to preview for you guys right here, and we'll go ahead and get into all of them right now. And we will start with the Tennessee Titans. They are actually at home against the Vikings, and the Vikings, I don't know if they're in the AFC South or not. We seem to be playing them quite a bit here. I think this is the 3rd week in a row that the Minnesota Vikings are playing an AFC South team. Of course, these streams are brought to you guys by BetUS, so you guys can check out all the different lines over there on BetUS, as all these streams and videos are powered by BetUS. So with that said, we'll go ahead and let Michael preview this game for us a little bit, and we can kind of go around the table and talk about our thoughts on this one.
Yeah, well, for the Tennessee Titans, it's about just what they've been doing all year long. Just get a quick start and try and get the momentum going to their side. Will Levis comes back and gets his first start at home since being injured, so this is going to be pretty exciting to see if he can build off that momentum. Calvin Ridley's been having a good few games. Hopefully this is going to be another game that he can add some yards to. But also I think it's very important that the Titans get their running game going again. Tony Pollard's been a breath of fresh air for this offense, but also having Tajay Spears back, it's going to be a good switch up for the 1-2 punch. One thing I definitely want to try and see that this team does better is try and minimize the penalties. Not going to say that they're going to get them all minimized, but if they could at least keep it down to maybe 3 or 4 in a game, I think I can live with that. But defense has been playing pretty solid. Hopefully, if we can continue to find a way to keep them out of the end zone, that's going to be a problematic thing for a Vikings team that's pretty quick, especially with arguably the best wide receiver in the game. But I do think if the Titans are able to come out in the second half and make the necessary adjustments, they could keep this a close game.
So what do you think the final score is going to be?
Well, it doesn't matter what I say because I've already picked the Titans to win every game on just about every platform I can go with. So I'm just going to go Titans 2017 because what the hell? I got nothing to lose.
There you go. I like it. I like it. How about you, Derek? What you feeling on this one?
I don't know. The Vikings are such a weird team to me. Like the last few weeks, I mean, they have no problem being able to move the ball down the field on anyone, but their biggest issue has been finishing drives. And I mean, they've faced a couple of AFC South defenses, and that's been the story. They travel down the field, but just don't score. And so, I mean, I think this is going to be a low scoring game too. I don't think that this is one in which I could see Tennessee winning because, I mean, just kind of similar to last week for Tennessee. I mean, you gave up 7 sacks, and I mean, Minnesota's been one of the best teams this year at getting after the quarterback. And, you know, the Minnesota Vikings, that, like you said, they have the best wide receiver in the league, and, you know, he's going up against one of the worst corners in the league. And I don't know if L'Jarius Sneed is playing or not, but even if he is or isn't, it doesn't matter. Justin Jefferson's going to dominate. I'll go with a score of 21-13 Minnesota.
All right, let's hear it, Ruben.
Yeah, I got 24-14 Minnesota. I think if Tennessee wants to stay close and wants to keep this a game, it's going to be limiting turnovers. They were able to do that last week. But putting Will Levis in third and manageable, you have 2 pretty good running backs, Tony Pollard and Spears. They have to get it going on first and second down, get a consistent run game, and make it just easy for your quarterback, man. Tired of seeing our guys in third and long situations, but I think that will be the key for Tennessee to try to be in this game. Ever since UCF said a couple of weeks ago that the Vikings are going to be coming down to earth, it's been that way. Unfortunately, they're still able to win these football games. So I feel like even with Tennessee giving them their best effort, Minnesota is going to take this dub.
Okay, sweet. So I know for myself, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Titans are 6-point underdogs on BetUS. I'm going to say the Titans actually win this one. I think the Titans win 21-20.
Shock the world, baby.
I feel like the Vikings are so vulnerable right now, and I feel like they're due because they almost got beat by the Jaguars. They didn't score a touchdown last weekend. Sam Darnold is not a very good quarterback, and I just feel like really with this team, they can lose to anybody in any week. And like, it's not. I still don't think the Titans are terrible. I know they have their bad games, but I think that they can. As long as Will Levis isn't throwing the ball to the other team, which he didn't really do last week. I think they can put a solid game plan in here. The Titans could be a team that really under a new head coach and a pretty young team. Maybe toward the end of the year they might find some surprise wins here and there. So I actually think I'll say the Titans win this one 21-20. They're going to shock the world.
UCF, how dare you hit me with positive reinforcement? How dare you, sir?
You just had to be that guy.
You don't think I know what you're doing there.
Or am I giving you negative reinforcement because this is only going to hurt you guys in the tank? Okay? It's our pick. That number one pick is ours, but we're down to do business, okay? We're down to do business with you guys given the right price.
No, you're not.
So
No,
with that said, we can go ahead and move on to the next game. The Indianapolis Colts are going to New York, and on BetUS, guys, the Indianapolis Colts are actually 4-point underdogs against the crappy New York Jets, who just got blown out by the Arizona Cardinals this past week. And we're going ahead and let Derek kick this off. Derek, what's going on with this line, man?
It is the Grandfather Bowl in this one right here, ladies and gentlemen. The 40-year-old quarterbacks battling it out for this one. And I mean, once again, boys, I have no confidence. With Joe Flacco out there. I mean, this definitely feels like a game that the Indianapolis Colts could win. But until they actually do win with Joe Flacco, I mean, again, Joe Flacco is 1-3 as a starter now for the Indianapolis Colts as a starting quarterback. And I just don't know how I feel about going into this because the New York Jets are the second best pass defense in the NFL right now. It's one of the few things that they've actually done well throughout the entirety of the year. And, that definitely concerns me. And this defense is no joke, and they're going to be in New York. So, the vibes are still going to be immaculate. Doesn't matter whether or not the Jets are good or not. The Jets fans are always out there supporting them and everything else. And, I feel good about our defense's chances to limit the Jets. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has, had his fair share of mistakes here and there. And I feel like the Colts will get a few of those, but I can't in good conscience pick the Indianapolis Colts to win this game. And I won't pick them because I'm still mad at them for what they did to my boy AR. So I am going to go a final score of 24-20 New York.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and step in here. And with this one, man, yeah, this would have been a really fun quarterback matchup in 2010, but it's 2024, and these guys are still starting quarterbacks. So how about that action? But, of course, each team are going through their own struggles, and, the New York Jets, they have all this talent, but it just hasn't come into fruition on the field. It's definitely an interesting case study where just because you have the ingredients, if you don't have the chef to cook it up, you're not going to do anything with it. So, and obviously the Indianapolis Colts are also in their own situation where, it feels like they've gone back a little bit last year. And of course, the whole Flacco, Anthony Richardson thing is a little bit confusing, and it'll be a little bit more confusing after this game. We're actually have the Colts going to win this one 14-13. I think it's going to be low scoring. And I think it's going to be a little bit sloppy, but one of these teams has to win. And I do think that the Colts are a better team, than the New York Jets. And then we're going to have to get another situation of, you can't bench Joe Flacco after a win, and it's just going to be another confusing week for Colts fans. And, I feel bad for them, but at the same time, I don't, because screw Colts fans. And we're going to go on to Michael.
Yeah, this one's a really big toss-up for me because, with quarterback play on both sides, you're just going to wonder which Joe Flacco is going to show up. And on the Jets side, God, what a dumpster fire. But I mean, I think just in terms of just, how the locker room's going and how the vibe is, I would have to go with the Colts in this one. So give me the Colts 17-14. I just think New York is like just in such disarray, and they're just going to continue to tailspin.
All right, Ruben, let's hear it, bro.
No, I have to agree with Michael here on a Colts W. Felt like after they beat us on Thursday Night Football, that was kind of the Jets, last attempt to save their season, and they just get embarrassed by the Arizona Cardinals, not even putting up a touchdown. I think the Colts win this game off the back of Jonathan Taylor, who, when healthy, is one of the best running backs in the NFL. Once again, make it third and manageable for old man Joe Man Flacco. He got no mobility out there, so you're going to have to rely heavily on your skill guys. Josh Downs, who I am a big fan of. I know he dropped a touchdown this week, but he's going to have a bounce back game. I'm excited for his matchup against Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner has been on fraud watch the past couple of weeks, so that will be interesting. I think the Colts offense could take advantage of that, but their defense is still very legit. I have it being a close scoring game. Let me go 17-13 Indianapolis Colts.
Man, oh man.
Was I
All
the
right.
only one that picked against us, or is that?
Yeah,
I think
man,
so.
dude, I
Yeah.
hate them ever since they did us
I was
dirty.
gonna say Michael picked them, Ruben picked them. Jolton, did you pick them?
I did pick them.
Wow, so I'm the only one.
No
that-
You
faith.
hate Joe
No
Flacco,
faith.
dude.
That's
I don't
wild.
even think Derek's a real fan. I'll be honest with you.
Boy,
It's been out there. Every time I'm on his channel, he picks them to lose against my team. It's very strange. So we'll go and move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. 13.5-point underdogs on BetUS at the Detroit Lions. This game is going to be an absolute bloodbath. And I don't mean that in a way of the changing leads. I don't mean that in a way of, fun games. I don't mean that in a way of a game-winning score. I mean that in the way of the Jaguars are going to get stomped down, spit on. Mac Jones will probably be starting. We are a rudderless ship, and I'm really honestly hoping that, especially if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play, because when I was looking at this game a few weeks ago, I said, this game right here is really important to me because obviously if you're an NFL team that's going to have a head coach opening, you want Ben Johnson. It feels like everywhere it's like Ben Johnson, Gap, then all the rest of the guys. So everybody wants Ben Johnson. I want Ben Johnson, and I was going to want Trevor Lawrence throw some bombs to BTJ. Well, that ain't going to happen. So the Jaguars are going to get destroyed. I'm going to say the Jaguars lose this one 31-7. And we can go ahead and go on to Ruben.
Yeah, let's go 24-10 here, Detroit. They just shown you that no matter how many mistakes they can make, they can still win you some football games, man. We just saw the Houston Texans pick Jared Goff at 5 times, and they were able to win it off a game-winning field goal. Well, Mac Jones being there, man, I think there's just no hope. There's just no hope. You know what type of quarterback play that you're going to get for him. You know what type of mistakes you're going to get for him. To me, it's going to be by, how long until the game is completely just finished. Is it the third quarter? Is it middle of the fourth? But I have this being a dominant game for the Detroit Lions.
Let's hear it, Derek.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 34-10 Detroit here. I mean, we saw the last time that a team was underdogs by more than double digits against Detroit, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was against the Tennessee Titans, and we saw just how bad Detroit destroyed them. And what that game showed you last week for the Lions against the Texans is Goff can have the worst game of his entire career, and yet the Lions still put up 26 points on somebody. I mean, think of how crazy that is. So, I mean, anything short of 30 points, I would be truly shocked if the Lions did that, and especially if Mac Jones is going to be the quarterback for this team, for this matchup. I'm 100% going to go 34-10 Lions.
Oh, boy. Michael, did we get your pick yet? Oh, yeah, you picked the Jaguars to get destroyed too, right?
Well, I mean, if you want to throw that out there, but I mean, I really didn't officially give the pick yet.
All right, let's hear it.
But, I'll start with, the bad news, good news scenario. The bad news is Ben Johnson's going to the Chicago Bears. So we'll just get that out of the way. You heard that here first. Mark it, whatever, put money on it. That's what's going to happen. Second off, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you're going to hear this first too, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to score at least 13 points.
That's a hot take. That's a torching hot take.
So you get 13 points, but I'm giving the Detroit Lions.
I mean, I gave them 10. I can't even say nothing. I mean, I gave them 10.
Didn't I say 14?
So give me 49-13 Detroit.
49.
You know what, guys? I'm allowed to pick the Jaguars to get destroyed, but you guys aren't allowed to. That's just disrespectful. Like, come on, man.
What are you talking about? You've been saying my teams are going to get destroyed.
I mean,
the
but
last
you see,
weeks.
I'm helping you, UCF. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, we're trying to help you with your
I'm
tankathon,
positive
bro.
reinforcing you. So there you go.
I
You're going to get throttled. You're going to get beat. They're going to slap you around, throw away what they finished with, and then wipe off.
They might just put their second unit defense out there for the entirety of the game. Honestly, it might.
You know what? I'm switching my picks. Jaguars, go shock the world. I'm tired of this negativity. Right? Someone has to beat these dudes.
If the Jags beat the Lions, I will find whatever leopard skin jacket that UCF has, and I will wear it on stream on Tuesday.
All right, we got that on live, so there you go.
All right, and then he's gonna sing For the Shoe while wearing it. It's gonna be a good time. All right, so we're gonna.
That's it.
We are going to end this one with the Houston Texans having another primetime game. This time, it's going to be in Texas, but not in Houston. It's going to be in Dallas against the Dallas Cowboys with their back-to-back primetime games. The Houston Texans on BetUS are 8-point favorites to win this one. We're going to start off with the man from the H. We're going to go with Ruben. What you got of this one?
Yeah, the big question is, can the Houston Texans adjust in the second half? What they have showed us this past month is no. So the game plan going forward is try to put up as much points as you can in quarters 1 and 2 and just live off of your defense in quarters 3 and 4. That's the way I feel like the Houston Texans need to go on going forward until they get this offense situated. But no, there is no Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys. We know this Houston Texans defense has been elite all year. Hopefully they get Will Anderson Jr. back. They get Nico Collins back, and you look good on primetime football. I have the Houston Texans winning this game, but it being very close, man. We haven't really, dominated anyone all year. Let's go 24 and let's go 21. Let's have the Houston Texans win it off a field goal from Kaimi Fairbairn. Just come on, Houston. Do not get embarrassed in Dallas. We know how much this rivalry means to the state. It's really beef down here, boys. All of the 3 major cities do not like each other whatsoever. No matter what the sport is, basketball, baseball, football, we're ready to go to war at it. But if the Houston Texans are able to move the ball on the ground with Mixon, keep CJ in 30 manageable, then they're going to win this game easily.
Man, so on our live stream on Tuesday, we actually put some money on BetUS for the Houston Texans to cover that spread, but Ruben over here has them just winning off of a field goal, but it's all good. It's all good. I have faith in the Houston Texans.
Thank you.
I think the Houston Texans are going to destroy the Dallas Cowboys. I'll say that the Texans win this one 21-10. The Cowboys are in a similar situation as the Jaguars. They're very bad. They are benching their quarterback. I know they've already IR'd their guy. I don't know if, by the time this goes live on Thursday, if Trevor Lawrence will be officially out, but I do have the Texans winning and covering. So we can go ahead and go on to Mike. What's your thoughts on this one?
All right. So the Dallas Cowboys were blinded by the sun from their own building. And with the return of Nico Collins, I think they're going to be blinded by the Texans offense. So give me the Texans in this one, 31-12.
Man, that was beautiful. Brought a little tear to my eye, that little preview. All right, Derek, we're going to end off with you. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to cover the spread too. And Jerry Jones, out here on a power trip trying to blame everything but himself and poor building planning as far as why the Cowboys continue to lose. Yeah, I think that the Houston Texans are going to go out there and kick some cowgirl ass. It's going to be 31-13 Houston. Huge win.
All right, sounds good.
Price is right me on that, Derek. Come on.
Unbelievable. All right, so that's it for our previews of this upcoming NFL week. I don't even know what week we're in right now. Once it gets to the double digits, I get a little bit lost. But, like we said, we gave you all the spreads of these games on BetUS. Because this video is powered by BetUS, 150% deposit bonus using promo code YouTube150. Thank them so much for sponsoring this videos and allowing the AFC South Roundtable to live on. And also big shout outs to all the hosts of the AFC South Roundtable for taking the time to come out here and give some of the best AFC South coverage. And I would say the best AFC South coverage out there on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here. Good luck next week, and hopefully the division doesn't go 0-4.
Take care.